instructions. Nobody raises their hands, but I want everybody to wiggle their eyebrows. Okay, and I got my glasses on so I can see. Here's the question. And I'm not going to look at my children, by the way. Or my wife, just in case. How many have had, now remember, no hands, eyebrows. How many have had a lustful thought? Look at Brian. Let's just say, thank you, Diablo, very nice. Let's just say everybody at this point, everybody's eyes are in here. Except for Jordan's. Except for Jordan's. Thank you. So, if you have said something that isn't true, you're a what? You're a liar. If you've taken something that doesn't belong to you, you're a what? And if you have had lustful thoughts, what does that make you? An adulterer. Because in the New Testament, Matthew 5:28, Jesus said that if you look lustfully at a woman, you have committed adultery. Okay. Last one. How many have put something or someone ahead of God? Raise your hand. Yeah. So, let's sum it up. Because what does that make? An idolatry. So let's sum it up. And I won't go to the Ten Commandments because I have a feeling we know what's already in there. So let me just sum this up. If everybody's pretty much 4 for 4, except for Mimi and Pablo, let's just say this. That you and I and we are as a body. Now, get this, we're Christian people. Right? Here's what we are. We are a lying, thieving, adulterous idolater. We are a lying, thieving, adulterous idolater. Welcome to the truth. I don't know if you're So, we are not good people when we compare ourselves to the standard of God. James 2:10-11 says this. And the person who keeps all of the laws, except one, is as guilty as the person who has broken all of God's laws. For the same God who said, "Do not commit adultery," also said, "Do not murder." So if you murder someone, you have broken the entire law, even if you do not commit adultery. So what's that say? Sin is sin. You break one, you broke the entire law, but you say, hey, that law is Old Testament. I'm not covered by law. I'm covered by grace because I'm a New Testament believer. That law is put into place to show two things. Number one, the morality of God. And number two, for you to finally wake up and say, I can't do this on my own. And then he says to you, thank you, I've been waiting for you to say it. Number two, the forgiven one asks for eternal help. Go back to Luke 23. Now remember, both of them had conversations. Both of them had conversations. We had the smart aleck on the left. We had the forgiven one on the right. One says, I want you to help me now. Let me ask you this. How many times have we ever been in a situation where we say, God is the one to get me out of this? Anybody? Yeah. And sometimes we say that and we haven't had a conversation with him in years. And all of a sudden, we stumble, we sin, we got ourselves in a predicament, and we say, hey, God, help me now. Help me buy the house, help me get the promotion, help me buy the car, help my grandma, she's sick, help this, help that, help this, help that. No relationship with him at all. Turn it over to the right. Sorry. Forgot that's the road. The one that mocked and the one that scoffed. Both thieves were guilty. Both thieves were suffering severely. Both thieves were dying. Both thieves needed a Savior in that very moment. Both thieves heard and saw what had happened over the last critical 6 hours of Jesus' life. One of us should be. One was not. They had the opportunity because they knew they were dying, unlike most of us. And you still had one that mocked and scoffed at God.